This spring didn't start as we hoped, with no rain from the start of May till the end of May, and then only 5 millimeters. Things started to dry out. So in the start of June we saw the first trees having brown leaves already, and the duck's pond dried out quite quickly. All our irrigation ponds started to dry out as well, and our wells, so we decided early in June to build a dam to make an irrigation pond ourselves. We made a little video about that, so you can see that on Wild and Woolly, and we will put a link below. The irrigation pond kept us with water for around 1 week, so we got to water a lot of the grass, the newly sown grass, and the vegetables with it. So it bought us some time, and after that we had to be more creative. So we decided to build a new pond to have the possibility to water a little bit longer, and we called it the sheep pond, and we made a video about that as well, and it lasted a little bit longer, but we hadn't any more water to fill in, so in the end it bought us maybe another week. And then after 6 weeks of drought, the last animal well dried in. At the roof it started to look kind of grey at the edges. Here it is supposed to be grass, green grass, in June. It's not. In the middle of June the earth started to crackle. So since we didn't have any more of the wells, we couldn't water the grass anymore, and not much of the vegetables as well, so we just had to watch as it died. Here's in the 15th of June, yellow leaves. All the animal wells are now dry, so we have to follow everything from our well. It cost us a lot of electricity, and we don't have more than 1,800 liters per day approximately. So we have enough water now for us and the animals, but we have to say goodbye to some of the plants, and we cannot water the grass, for example. At this point we are really worried that our main source of water will dry out as well. And then the weather turned. And to make it even more difficult, the heat is coming as well. It's unusually warm. We have up till 30 degrees. That's something that almost never happens usually. So the sheep are so hot. We are starting to get a bit anxiety about if this will be like in 2018, when the drought lasted for 3 months. It was kind of a nightmare to start with sheep that year. As you can see here, there are no grass at the ground at all. But still then it was leaves at the top. But we learned so much in 18, and we are using it every day now, like taking trees as food for the sheep. A little frog has moved in the rest of the sheep pond. I made a little bird bath, like an emergency bird bath, because this morning I saw this little sparrow trying to drink from one of the big buckets, and the little bird didn't reach down, so it almost fell in. So we have to make something better, but this is a start, except for you. Nope, it wasn't for you, it was for all the small birds, you know? Yeah, exactly. It's not only our animals that is struggling with the drought now, it's all the wild ones, all the birds and insects as well, so we gotta come up with a plan to help them too. Birds and insects still hatch all around us. They don't stop because of climate change, drought or different weather. Somehow it feels like the wildlife is coming closer and closer. It has never been more insect and bird, even though it's the drought. So we're starting to make small insect and bird baths all over the place on tree trunks. We just cut a lot of snits and put water in daily, twice a day. And the birds and insects are still with us, so that's great. We also put these small trays all over, and the next day they will be empty, so somebody is drinking them. 7 weeks into the drought, a thunderstorm rolled over us, and we hoped for rain and feared for forest fires. Oh, did you hear that? Loud bang. Oh God. The local media told us that there had been forest fire about a mile away from us, and then another, and then another. But luckily they were put out in the next 24 hours, so it didn't spread a lot. But it's not good. So 0 rain last night and really hot today. So we're starting the grassing at 5 o'clock, so they can get stuffed before it's too hot. So this is the sun. It's already quite high up, even though the clock now is 5 minutes past 6 in the morning. 8 weeks of drought, record hot, and we actually still have grass. Not so much as we usually have, of course, but it's green mostly. So we must have done something right with all the permaculture stuff and yeah, hello, and our old style tending to the land. It's a lot of work though, and really long days, so please rain now. Can you hear it? The beautiful sound of rain. Two months and 1 day without rain, and now it's raining. The grass and vegetables are so happy, but in the forest it has barely reached the ground, and all the small creeks are still dry. But it's a bit greener in here too. For the next week it rained a bit every day, but it was first in the middle of July that it really started pouring down. And for the first time we have water in the little small creek to the sheep pond. And now the nature truly explodes again all around us. there are so much life and so much color and so much green. And for all our worries, a new plant actually survived the drought. Another part of grass are sprouting that we thought were dead. And there are insects, butterflies, and beautiful things everywhere. And we just feel so lucky to live right here. We also have climate change here in Norway, but it's not so extreme as in other parts of the world. But every year is different and extreme in new ways here too. Nature can't change so fast, so we have to help where we can. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe out there in YouTube land. Bye.